of Mozambique. She actually reached the quarterfinals at the World Championships in light flyweight last year and lost out to the gold medalist from Russia, Ekaterina Poutsieva. Here is Christine Ongare, and if you go on olympicchannel.com, you can learn more about her. Quite an incredible story. She actually became a mum at the age of just 13, and she is known as, calls herself a ghetto girl, and it's a really emotional story. Plenty of great content on Olympic Channel. Check out the story of Christine Ongare. We're about to see if she can book her place at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, but we have some great content on the channel. Ongare and Khadija Timera, she went out in the earlier rounds from Senegal. Mohamed Fleissy, who went through this afternoon, feature on him, and Abdelhaq Ben Chabla, the Algerian heavyweight, who made it through to his 4th consecutive Olympic Games now at heavyweight. And I'm delighted to say that he's arrived.
Yeah, you know,
welcome,
sometimes
Tom.
the bus schedule doesn't agree with your work
I've
schedule.
told them where you were, Tom. You
you did?
Yeah, yeah. And he's still got his makeup up,
Well,
and I'm delighted to report.
At the end, I said, do I take the makeup off or do I jump in and help out Rory? And they go to work.
Go to work. And
nobody can see anyway.
Exactly.
So,
but, Tom, you were, I think you were recounting your interview with Vladimir Klitschko.
Oh, yes, it was a blast. He was awesome. That's on The Corner, our new podcast on Olympic Channel. You can go there and tell us what you think. Hashtag boxing now for all of this action. Late to the party, but I'm good to go.
He's. Are you full of belly and full of
Not
fight,
full
Tom?
of belly, but I got a lot of fight left. I do.
6 more bouts to come, Tom. I'm sure you can make the distance. And he might be full of belly because there's a bit of food there for you, Tom. You can load up between rounds or between bouts.
Okay.
We're up and away in our women's flyweight semi-final. Rabab Cheddar in the red from Morocco against Christine Ongare of Kenya in the blue. And Ongare, as is her style, on the front foot, stalking her opponent. Cheddar, the taller of the two, and she'll be looking to use that left jab, perhaps.
I love the contrast in styles, you know. Ongare just knows only one way, and that's straight in. Cheddar will try to score from a distance like she is there, but she's going to have to deal with the stalking blue corner here.
Yeah, Ongare, I'm sure we'll see her start to charge forward. That's a good combination from Ongare. 26 years old. Ongare, who took out the 2nd seed, Modestine Mungazalia from Democratic Republic of Congo on points, unanimous decision. She won Commonwealth Games bronze 2 years ago. She was in the African qualifiers for Rio 2016, going out in the quarterfinals, so missing out on a place at Rio. Can she make it to Tokyo? And Tom, I was just telling our viewers, there's a great feature about Ongare on olympicchannel.com, saying that she was a mum at just 13, and she's come from near poverty. Yeah. And this is such an opportunity for her.
It's incredible, and you know, this really is a story. If you know, you make it to the Olympics, and it's you're carrying not only you and your family and your team, but it's your village or your town. There's a 6-month celebration around the lead up and then the games, and for her, you know, the stick-to-itiveness, which isn't really a word, but we use it, just, you know, dedicating yourself to motherhood at an age before you even know anything about life. At 13, it's and now, you know, following her dream here, being this close. It's truly a statement of her character and work ethic. And speaking of her style, you know, I noticed this afternoon, you might agree that the judges seem to reward relentless pursuit and effort and work rate over, you know, a more stylistic stand back and throw. There was at least that in a few.
There was that noticeable. I have to say, Cheddar is landing well on the retreat here, and Ongare hasn't really got going yet. She's not quite shown the ferocity she did yesterday. Maybe that's a good right over the top, though.
Maybe it's something to do with the Cheddar right hand.
Yeah, Cheddar is certainly, she's countering well. There is the end of the first round, and you can see the Kenyan corner in there quickly. The hit squad, of course, Kenya, still seeking their first qualifier in Dakar. As you missed, probably, I don't know if you caught the early exchanges, but I think Cheddar just did enough to win that.
I follow your lead, as always. Yeah, I think I was, just as I praised Ongare's work rate and relentlessness, she seemed to tone it down.
Yeah, she took a couple of shots, and Cheddar gets the first round on all 5 scorecards.
Remember, this is for a trip to Tokyo, no question. You win, you are going.
Yeah, and you lose, you do get a second chance in the flyweights.
3 spots
3
in the flyweights.
spots, so it's not all on today, but you'd very much like to get it done today, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and a good start for the woman from Morocco. She's the 3rd seed, as you pointed out. And at 28, you know, there aren't that many more Olympic opportunities out there.
That's right, and Cheddar hoping to join 3 Moroccans already at Tokyo 2020. Morocco and Algeria leading the way with 3 qualifiers apiece this afternoon. And you can see Cheddar getting to work, using those long arms, that reach advantage. And Ongare unable really to get in there. But here, this is where we see Ongare start to unload. Just being warned to keep the head up. I think we might see a bit more of that as the fight goes on.
Well, she'll have to, based on the first round scorecards at least, she'll have to continue to press and score.
Oh, that's a good right from Ongare. It's the best shot she's landed so far. A minute gone in round 2, and it's looking a bit more like it. There's another right from Ongare. She takes a couple of shots afterwards.
Well, the nature of this kind of an approach is as Cheddar wears down, and again, they've been fighting a lot in back-to-back days and often 3 out of 4 days, and they've been working hard. So if Cheddar backs down, slows down, then this oncoming assault will really score points in the late 2nd and 3rd.
I think the term you've used to describe boxers is nature, buzzsaw, which
that's what
sums up Ongare.
Yeah, and the question is, can Cheddar keep it up enough to keep the buzzsaw in check?
This is much better from Ongare. She wasn't doing this in the first round. And the referee telling Cheddar, I guess, not to turn in that way. But if you've got someone coming at you with punches, I'd want to turn out of the way.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting, when Ongare gets close, Cheddar can't straighten out her punches. They come loopy and over the top and over the head and into the headgear, and that really aren't effective.
45 seconds to go in round 2. It's been better from Ongare, but Cheddar just still working away well at distance, at range.
Well, that was a right hand.
See what Ongare's trying to do, but it's not quite happening just yet.
Right.
She's still got time to turn it round.
You know, she's counting on a bit of a war of attrition here in round 3, certainly, and we've seen it happen. So round 1 to Cheddar, and we'll see what happens here in the next 10 seconds.
Cheddar has, she's boxed a smart fight so far, and there it goes.
I agree, that's well put, because, you know, she's in control with round 1, and, you know, didn't need to force it so much, and more or less kept Ongare at bay, kind of, but, you know, you can't keep that kind of an assault attack, that buzzsaw, away all the time. So we'll see if the judges thought that Ongare got through enough.
I think that was a very close round. I'm not sure all 5 will score it one way. Some good punches landed by Ongare there. If I had to give it one way, it's really, really close. I wouldn't be surprised to see Cheddar get it. What do you think?
3rd seed, Cheddar. Yeah.
She gets it on 4 cards.
That's a little strong, but I think sometimes we've seen, it could be just my theory, but sometimes the seeds have an aura, a little bit of an expectation, and maybe just shades it a little bit, but I'm a little surprised at 4.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. It was very tight.
But, yeah, I mean, it was close enough. And Cheddar now firmly in charge, and Ongare has to do what she does.
Yep, she has to just keep pouring forward and try to ignore the shots coming in at her as much as possible.
Just have to tell yourself they don't hurt.
Yep. You can see her sort of burrowing in.
And for Cheddar, she seems very comfortable with the smaller attacking opponent.
She does. She's using that reach.
Yes.
But I think there's an onslaught coming soon.
Well, Ongare's going to have to, you know, I mean, there's only 2 minutes to go, and she's got to win the round big.
Yeah, she needs a 10-8, really, because she's down by 2 points on 4 scorecards. And the referee, again, I don't know, just seems a little bit fussy from my perspective. Good jab from
You've used
Cheddar.
that word a lot, and I've agreed. I think sometimes it's overstating the obvious, and the fighters are already on with it.
Yeah.
By the time they're being talked to, we haven't had any yelling like in the first round of the afternoon.
First bout, wow. Jürgen Schroeder, the German referee, I think he might have lost his voice at the end
it was
of
like
it.
me with my young kids years ago. Same result. They didn't listen.
Halfway through the third and final round, Ongare's really got to try and turn it on, but it's not quite happening just yet. And Cheddar doing really well on the ropes.
Yeah, she's very comfortable. And
just when Ongare looked like she was about to get in there, the referee splits them up, has a word with Cheddar, which is a disadvantage to Ongare.
Absolutely. That's beyond fussy.
That's penalising the boxer who's on the attack and who hasn't done anything wrong.
Yeah, and it takes 10 seconds off the clock. And
that's a good right. Ongare trying to finish strong, but she probably needs a stoppage in these last 50 seconds.
You see her corner exhorting Cheddar on, maybe something like just stay away and keep moving.
Yeah, she can afford to.
That's the ring. You saw the referee thought the round was over.
Bit of confusion with the bell from ring A. 30 seconds, and you can see Cheddar is on her bike. She looks tired, but she should be able to see this out. Just 20 seconds to go. Ongare trying to stalk, trying to land, but she might have to settle for the box off and winning that if she's going to make it to Tokyo. Cheddar very happy to just move out of the way. She caught
one there
big
late.
Right.
Yes.
But there is the bell, and she has her arms aloft, and well, she might. Kisses the canvas.
She is going to Tokyo.
She is delighted.
What a day for Morocco. You see the crowd, some of her fans and family and teammates and larger team right behind ring B singing her praises, and it is a day like no other, Rory. I mean, there'll be opening ceremony and her chance to box in Tokyo, but this is the day her life changed, I like to say forever. Yeah, absolutely. You can see, as Tom said, the Moroccan fans right at the front of the stand, and Cheddar already in place for the referee to raise the arm. Here comes Ongare, who was brave and committed as always, but she just came up against... She has a day off now, which is huge, before her third place box off. Look at her, look. She knows where the camera is, I can tell you that. You can hear unanimous decision and justified. She deserves that. And Rabab, Cheddar, she does know where the camera is, doesn't she? And you know what? That's fine. There's people at home, and she's entitled that, absolutely. I think we've got a lot of people tuning in from Morocco, and they'll be delighted with what they've seen for a lot of this tournament, and particularly this evening just now. And you can see Cheddar winning every round on 4 scorecards, and Cheddar winning, I think she won the last on the on all scorecards as well. So it was just 1 point in it for Judge B, but Cheddar comfortably through to the final, and she has a spot at Tokyo 2020, and you can see her delight.